Yo, what is going on, guys? So, men have opted out of marriage. Studies are finding that out. Women are certainly finding that out. Everything is going down the drain with marriage, and it all starts with men walking away. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right into it.
You might not realize this, but out of the top 400 richest Americans, 62 are women. And except for two of them, they all got their money from divorce.
She takes apart the self-made narrative by pointing out almost every wealthy woman on the list was handed the money rather than actually earning it herself.
You should never marry a dusty, or you should never even get married unless it's financially beneficial for you in the long run and in the present moment as well, okay? When you marry, it's not for love, okay? Nothing in the contract for marriage says anything about love. I'm trying to help y'all, okay? Nothing in the marriage contract says anything about love. Nothing. Do you understand? It's all about money, all about property, all about those things that dusty ain't got. You hear me? So, in order to understand this, you need to do your research. Go online and read all the stuff about marriage, the contracts, the legal stuff about it, and you will understand what you're signing up for if you marry a dusty. You're not supposed to be marrying no dust, okay? That's going backwards in life. So you definitely need to understand that when you're signing a marriage contract, that is a business contract. And who wants to go into business with a dusty? A person who doesn't even know anything about money, someone who's not financially stable, someone who's unable to make good financial decisions, someone who you're connecting to financially and legally on paper.
She states it completely flat here that marriage is a financial arrangement and love has nothing to do with the paperwork at all. Men have been saying the same thing for years. The only difference is they get called bitter while she gets called intelligent for pointing it out.
Modern women ruined marriage and they don't even realize it. You don't compete with your husband, you complement him. If you're arguing about who makes more money, who works harder, or who's more tired, you already lost the polarity. Men don't fall in love with competition, they fall in love for softness. You can be soft, you can be ambitious, but if you don't know how to submit to his leadership, don't be shocked when he stops leading.
This is some decent advice that most modern women would completely ignore and brand as oppression, that the polarity dies the second a relationship turns into a competition. No man wants to hang out with a woman who is masculine.
Never in a million years did I think I was going to be 37 single.
And you think that's why?
I've seen too much in my life.
Okay, and that means what?
I'm tainted. I mean, you can imagine the things that I've seen. Married women, women leaving their boyfriends on the spot, leaving their boyfriend in the club. I mean, everything under the sun that you can imagine. I'm giving you the super G version.
This is the scary part, right, guys? I think a lot of dudes get older, they watch all of this stuff happen, and they are absolutely not interested in engaging with it because some of the things you see as you get older are just downright terrifying.
Women say they want to be wives. But I'm sorry, that is not true. What women really want is the experience of marriage. The ring, the wedding, the pictures, the lifestyle, and the status that comes with saying, I have a husband. And that is completely different from actually understanding what it means to be a wife, isn't it? A woman who truly wants to be a wife thinks completely different. She is not just asking, what can this man give me? She's asking, what can we build together and what can I provide him?
She draws a line that most women carefully avoid, the difference between wanting the wedding and wanting to actually be a wife. I think we all know at this point, guys, many women are not actually interested in being a wife. Rather, they just want, the photo op or the status that comes with the ring or whatever the case may be. They don't actually want to be a wife.
Girl, I've told y'all several times, men don't care. Why do y'all keep believing they do? You need to care about some money. That's what you need to care about. Or a man with some money. The meaner you are and the less you care, the more the man is going to care. Because you've emotionally dragged them in.
Her advice is to stop expecting men to care and start chasing money instead, which tells on the entire worldview here. She frames emotionally dragging a man in as a strategy when it is really just admitting the affection was beside the point all along.
I think men, since the beginning of time, have always been competing, not only against each other, but for the woman that they desire. And in today's modern society, we've kind of lost that sort of competition because of things like porn and OnlyFans. They're no longer competing for those women because those women just give it away for free. So there's not really that aspect of like, oh, she's hard to get, so I need to become successful in order to get her.
I would actually argue it's a little bit different than that. Men stopped quote unquote fighting for women or pursuing women or whatever you want to call it when women stopped being actually worth it in the first place. Yes, OF and yes, corn online and that sort of stuff made it worse. But realistically, if the women were worth pursuing, then maybe men would actually do it.
Listen, I am not available to anybody who thinks they are going to waste my time. If you are not on the same page that I am on, which is only working and spending time with each other to build a relationship that leads to marriage, family, happy ending, no, I'm not going to be wasting my time on you. You do not get my time. Oh, you just want something quick, a little fling. You do not get my time. Oh, you just want to see where it is. You ain't looking for nothing serious. You do not get my time. I don't have time for that. No, I do, but I'm not giving it to you. I got things I want to do. I know my goals. I know what I want. If you're not on the same page with that, remove yourself from my fucking face. Have a good one, though.
She keeps announcing that men do not get her time and treats that as some sort of a punishment. Somehow, guys, I think the men are going to be totally fine.
Why are so many men refusing to get married? This is an interesting question, and I don't know if men actually are refusing to get married or not, but it could be a few things. It could be that there's misconceptions about what marriage is. We hear a lot about who benefits from marriage. Is there a benefit to marriage? We hear a lot about men who are taken advantage of in the divorce process or feel like they lost something. I also think there's this mindset where you're with someone, but you're wondering if something better is out there. So why would you commit to marriage if you're worried you're gonna miss out on something better? What I would say to women in that situation is if your partner doesn't want to marry you and you want to get married, leave, break up. That's going to end with you guys breaking up anyway. And if you're a single man who never wants to get married, let us know why. We're really curious.
I think the reason, or the biggest reason why men don't get married anymore is simply because it is not worth it for men, and it is a gigantic risk that they take on. Women, or their wives rather, are incentivized to break the contract and completely screw them over.
I just want to get married. I don't want to be someone's girlfriend. I want to be someone's wife. I want to be the kind of wife that when my husband talks to me, his blood pressure goes down. The kind of wife where when I walk into the house, my husband, my kids, like their emotional temperature just stabilizes. The kind of wife where my husband can feel safe telling me anything. Like I want to be the kind of wife where my husband comes home from work and he's stressed and he comes home to a house that smells good and there's food cooking in the kitchen. But I also want to be that kind of wife that doesn't challenge him, but stimulates him intellectually. The kind of wife where he'll never get bored of me. I'll always be up to be playful or even debate with him, to strengthen him when he's weak, to advise him when he's lost, to support him, and to see him, to really see him and understand him like nobody else.
This woman is talking about lowering a man's stress instead of adding to it, which is honestly quite rare. And realistically, this is something men are looking for. Oftentimes when women make these videos, guys, they jump on here and say, oh, I have a career, or oh, I make so much money, or I'm so confident, as if men give a damn about those things.
I'm never going to get married. I don't want to get married.
Why?
There's no benefit for the man. He only has everything to lose. A man can be completely faithful to his wife, provide, protect, take care of the kids, obviously when he's not working, whatever. And the wife can step out and cheat. And what's the result of that? Man has to pay alimony, has to pay child support, loses his house, loses the cars, loses everything. Why? What's the point? And then, it's a coin flip. Flip a coin if your marriage is going to work. Those are the odds. Those are the chances. If you want to get married, cool. Throw a wedding, put the rings on each other, say your vows, you're married. You don't have to submit nothing with the courts. Yeah.
Die alone?
The only reason why somebody is not okay being alone is because they're not okay with themselves. That's it. Like, if you're not okay being alone, you have issues with yourself that you need to take care of.
This guy is not wrong about the math at all. A faithful man can still lose the house, the kids, and half his life to a divorce that he never saw coming and had no say in. Statistically speaking, guys, this is actually very likely to happen to men.
Marrying late never destroyed a man, but marrying the wrong woman did. Society pushes you guys hard to settle down. Your clock is ticking. Don't be the guy still single at 35. So what do? You guys panic and you rush and you grab the first woman that doesn't say no. And then you spend the next 10 or 15 years bleeding for it. One bad choice is all that it takes. Your peace disappears, your money drains, your focus scatters, your mental health tanks, your momentum dies, your self-respect disappears. But guess what? Loneliness is temporary. You can climb out of that. A toxic marriage, on the other hand, is a cage. Men, waiting is never going to ruin you. Rushing under pressure will.
This is a pretty rare take that actually warns men to slow down instead of rushing them to the altar. Grabbing the first woman who does not say no is a terrible idea, obviously. In fact, getting married is a terrible idea.
Why is it that every man that I've ever spoke to that's been married for a significant amount of time will always tell you, don't get married? I'll never forget in high school, there would be parties where all the parents would be around. The wives would be on one side and the men would be on the other side, all the husbands. And every time they would talk to me and they would tell me, whatever you do, enjoy it. Don't get married. And it's just like their wives are about 15 feet away and they're all saying all this negative stuff about it. And you see the divorce rate is constantly going up. And it makes you wonder, what's the point of even getting married?
There is something damning about every married man that you meet warning you off while their wives sit a few feet away. You know what I mean? When the people actually living it keep repeating the same warning, it kind of stops being a coincidence at that point.
And I gotta accept the love of my life is not from New York, bro. I keep trying with these Queens men. I keep trying with these niggas from Brooklyn. He does not live in New York because New York men never marry nobody. They just love them forever. Like, my man is definitely straight out the bayou or straight out of Houston, Texas. Because that has to be the only explanation for this. And New York men, they still in love with their bitch from high school. Like, if they already have a first love bitch, it's over. They never gonna get over that woman. So I gotta go explore my options.
She has decided the reason no man will commit is the city itself, apparently, not anything closer to home, like, I don't know, herself. Blaming an entire zip code is insane, guys. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.